What is going on, guys? Welcome to Greggles TV. We have two of the most popular folding phones right now. There's not a lot of them, so they have kind of slim competition. We have the Oppo Find N2 Fold, and we also have the Google Pixel Fold here as well. Now, this is, I don't even know if this is outside of China. I'm pretty sure it's not. If it is, it's only in like Europe, but pretty sure it's only Chinese only. And then the Pixel Fold is also a limited release. It's in USA and maybe a country or two other, but not a lot of countries as well. So both of these are fairly limited releases, so you might not even be able to get your hands on these based off where you lived, or you might have to import them, but they both have very similar looks, even though the Pixel Fold is a larger phone. But they both are like, it's like this is the little brother, this is the older brother out of the two phones. Now these inside displays, 7.6 inch on the Pixel Fold, 7.1 inch on the Oppo Find N2 Fold. When you close these, you get 5.54 inches on the Oppo, and then you get a 5.8 inch on the Pixel Fold. And you can see the differences right here. Now let's just take a look at them side by side. Here's the Oppo, here's the Pixel, side by side. They're both fairly slim folding phones overall. And again, they look like, if this was the mini version of the Pixel Fold, they look very similar for the most part, the way they look. They do have these side-mounted fingerprint sensors, and the thing I don't like about the Pixel Fold is that the volume buttons are first, and then the power slash fingerprint sensor, and I don't know, I just think it's a bad move. I don't know why they did that. Well, whatever. So let's just check these out in terms of the fingerprint accuracy. You can see Pixel Fold is very accurate, very quick. Here is the Oppo Find N2 Fold. It's also below, but then the volume keys are all the way up, so it actually makes sense a little bit more to me. You can see nice and smooth. Both of them are very good. I think if just using these, because I've definitely used the Pixel Fold more over a shorter period of time. I feel like I'd give it to the Oppo Find N2 Fold in terms of the fingerprint sensor. I like the height at which it's at. Here's the Android Police website on both of these phones. We'll go into this Android 14 Beta 4 website. But, you know, there's not a huge difference between the two when you're looking at them. It's not a huge, I mean, you know, the Pixel Fold does have a bigger outside display, but just looking at these on the outside, not a huge difference at all. It's hard to pick one over the other, but I always would want something bigger on the outside, and so I'd have to give the win to the Pixel Fold on here, but both are really, really nice displays on here. The Oppo Find N2 Fold has 1,000 nits or 1350 nits peak, and the Pixel Fold on the outside goes up to, like I said, it is a 5.8 inch, but it goes up 1200 nits, and then peak brightness is 1550, so it's a little bit brighter. And then just using these front displays, just so you can see, in terms of their smoothness, obviously, both of them are very smooth. This has a Snapdragon 8 Gen Plus 1 processor. This has the Tensor 2 processor. This one will outperform just raw performance over the Pixel Fold, but in terms of smoothness, they're both super smooth, and I'd probably even have to say that the Pixel Fold just feels a little bit smoother. Here's another look at the inside displays. Both look absolutely awesome. They're both very similar, like I said, you know, when you're looking at these. I'm gonna bring up a multitasking here. We'll go with the Google Play Store. And then we also have, we'll do that on here as well. So let's open up my Chrome browser. Here you go, just looking at these side by side. Again, there's a little bit of a difference, but it's nothing crazy when you look at this. You know, it's not like, oh my God, it's a huge difference, but I would definitely prefer the wider aspect ratio. It just seems a little bit better to me, like I can see more. So I would choose the Pixel Fold over that, but both, again, are really, really nice. Here's what it looks like when you have multiple windows open. Kind of similar. Taking a closer look at the back of the cameras, I prefer the way the Pixel Fold looks like, but you can see how thin that camera is back there. It's almost flush with the phone. It's not completely, but it's a lot more flush than the Pixel Fold phone. They both have the cameras that you can see on the front and on the inside as well, where the Pixel Fold sits up there. Let's do a little speaker test. What is going on, guys? Welcome to Greggles TV Daily, your source for daily tech news. Make sure you subscribe so you know what's going on in the world of tech. What is going on, guys? Welcome to Greggles TV Daily, your source for daily tech news. Make sure you subscribe so you know what's going on in the world of tech. How is everyone? Doing? Hope you're having a fantastic day. We've got 2 stories for you and doing? Hope you're having a fantastic day. We've got 2 stories for you and definitely got to say that the Oppo Find N2 Fold sounds better. It sounds louder, clearer, and more oomph.
Dragging me down, wake up in the AM, say a prayer, then I leave out. So when it come to us, the comments, they don't leave out. I ain't hold on to anything, dragging me down. Wake up in the AM, say a prayer, then I leave out. So when it come to us, got my dogs in the back, better keep out. Oh damn, yeah, we special. Start the comments, they don't leave out. Yeah, I got my dogs in the back, better.
Yeah, definitely I'd give the speaker win to the Oppo Find N2 Fold. Now, I'm not gonna do a super extensive test with the cameras. I'm just gonna show you a couple video clips, couple photos, and decide from there. But again, I showed you where the cameras are. Here is the camera app on both of these phones. I just updated this. I don't know, that's probably why it was showing me to use that. But ultimately, I will show you some photos and videos. You can see you get a bunch of different options. They both look somewhat similar, but you definitely get more options on the Oppo Find N2 Fold in terms of things you might want to use with the camera. So let's check out both and go from there. I have both cameras turned around, using the main camera on both of these. Which one looks better and sounds better? Pixel Fold or the Oppo Find N2 Fold? Let me know in the comments down below. Yoongi! Yoongi! Hi, little baby. Hi, little baby. All right, there we go. All right, guys, here are the outside front cameras on the small displays. The Pixel Fold really pulls you in a lot. It crops in a lot, but or shows a bigger image at the very least. But yeah, it crops in, I should say. So here's what it looks like. It's going to kind of turn around. It's sunset right now, so it's not too, it's actually really good lighting for cameras and things like that. I do notice that the Pixel Fold takes a more natural looking photo, and then the Oppo definitely digs deep into the saturation. It like saturates it a lot more. Next up, some odds and ends about these phones. So the Oppo phone can charge wired up to 67 watts. So it can charge in 0 to 100% in 42 minutes. Very, very quickly. Very, very fast on there. Whereas this phone, I think it's charging at like 30 watts or something. It definitely was not as fast as the Oppo. So wired charging definitely would go to the Oppo phone. Also, water resistance. I believe this one's only water resistant to splashes, whereas the Pixel Fold is, you can actually submerge it if you wanted to. Both are not dust resistant. Also, if you're in America, Pixel Fold is basically fully usable in every single carrier. Oppo Find N2 Fold would probably really only be usable on T-Mobile for the most part. Weight is a big thing on these. This is 10 ounces. This is only 8.22 ounces. So even though I'm like just holding them now, they feel fairly close, but the Oppo phone is definitely a lighter phone. Holding them in your hand as well, just in this regard, it's not too bad. You know, they both feel pretty comfortable, so it's hard to choose a winner. Obviously, this is a little bit smaller, so I guess you'd give it to the Oppo Find N2 Fold. And then holding like this, it is smaller again, so it is definitely a little bit easier to hold, but I always want the biggest and the best. And then also the design, the bezels don't bother me at all, but it might bother you. Also, you can see that the Oppo Find N2 Fold definitely has a better crease. It's definitely seemingly less seen. You can see it a lot less, I feel like, than you can on the Pixel Fold. Not big areas to me or issues, but for you, you would definitely want to pick the Oppo over the Pixel. I want to go back to performance. Day-to-day usage, the Pixel Fold does feel just a little bit faster, but if you're gonna game and you're gonna do all of that, you definitely wanna get the Oppo one. It's just it's more powerful. The Snapdragon 8 Plus Gen 1 processor is more powerful. Benchmark score, raw performance, all that over the Tensor G2. But day-to-day performance, you cannot really tell much of a difference. And if you can at all, the Pixel Fold does feel faster. Even though I said that the Pixel Fold is brighter, I'm just gonna pull these down here. You can see I only have it at about 65, 70%, and I have the Pixel at about 80 or 90, and I'm gonna max it all the way out. I'm gonna max this all the way out, and it's very hard to tell them, even though this is a brighter phone, it's hard to tell them apart in terms of their brightness, so keep that in mind. But yeah, both of them look pretty good bright. Outdoors though, it's another story. Complete sunlight in them, it's definitely hard to see them, but you can definitely see the Pixel Fold a little bit better. All right, so after you add everything up, which is the better phone overall? It's kind of tough to say because these phones aren't available in the same markets, so they don't really have to go against each other for really anything. But you know, when I just detail them back and forth, they both kind of win back and forth on different merits. The overall camera, I would have to give it to the Google Pixel Fold. The microphone sounds better. The quality of the video is clearer. The quality of the pictures is clearer and sharper as well. So I appreciate that more. So cameras, I would definitely choose the Google Pixel Fold. Performance, you know, if you're talking raw performance, you got to give it to the Oppo Find N2 Fold, but day-to-day usage, like I said, I feel like the Pixel Fold is a little bit smoother and faster overall. Updates, you're going to get them much quicker and much more reliably on the Pixel Fold. You know, both of these phones are great. They're different sizes, but very similar in the way they look overall. So, you know, I would love to get some of the features that are on here, such as the fast charging. What else would I like? I'll be honest with you, I would like the Snapdragon processor on this. I think Google could do some amazing things with it, obviously, but they want to use their own processor, so I appreciate that as well, and its own merit, you know, to be able to eventually create their own processor and compete against Apple and whoever else makes their phones directly and uses their own processor. So both of them are really, really cool phones. Let me know which one you think is better in the comments down below. Have a great day. We'll see you down the road. Peace.